Hello, and welcome to the Creative Mindset Podcast. This show is about life, creativity, and business. Every episode is about one of these three. My name is Isolde Trachtenberg, and I want to help you live in your creative mindset where anything is possible and you can achieve great things. Today, I want to explore, in the realm of creativity and business, what it means to connect people. So, some of you might know, some of you don't know, that I am a musician in addition to being a speaker. And I'm a musician who specializes in unusual music. You want a 14th century dance to be played for? That's me. You want someone who can sing a Mozart aria at a Catholic mass? That's me. You want someone who can find you a ukulele player for a country club job? That's me. So I am the person who sort of knows how to get to the various different strands of unique or unusual music in this entire Washington, D.C. area. And it's not just the Washington, D.C. area. I've connected people as far away as Calgary and L.A., who are looking for people who are doing unusual music things. It can be ancient music, it can be new age music, it can be classical, it doesn't matter. They'll come to me and I refer them to the right person, or I will find the person that will fill the bill. Now, I'm a natural connector. I'm the kind of person who will say, okay, you might not know each other, but you ought to, right? And I pass along the names of musicians and other creatives to agents when they call. The way the agenting system works, if you don't know, you can have a single agent who represents you. Let's say you're a writer or an author. You might have an agent who represents you when you write books. You go to the agent. The agent works with you to get everything together, and then the agent will end up pitching your book to publishing houses. With talent agents, it kind of can be the same thing once you're big enough, I guess. You know, if you're an actor, you'll have an agent who will work with studios and on stage or whatever with you to make sure that your interests are taken care of, and the agent, of course, takes a percentage. Talent agents for people who are not quite as big work a little differently. Instead of having, just one person who's got your interests at heart, you might be signing up with a number of different agencies who, when they need someone who has your skill set, they'll come to you. And you might work for one agency one weekend and another agency another weekend. And sometimes when I have 2 gigs in one day, I'll work for one agent in the morning, and then in the evening, I'm completely different agency. And you always have their business cards to give out so that you are representing that agent. And that's the point. When you are at any kind of gig through an agent, you're not representing yourself in that you want to be, obviously representing yourself in that you're there and you're there to kick butt and do an amazing job, but you're representing the talent agency that you're working for at that job. So, for example, if I get booked to do a holiday caroling a holiday caroling gig with my group, the Philosopher's Tones, I might be booked as I booked it, and that way we're representing ourselves. Or a talent agent may have said, hey, we have this corporate holiday party, we want you to come and do 2 sets of a half an hour each. Can you do that? Sure, of course. So we worked, for example, the National Harbor tree lighting this past December or November, and it was for an agent, and that agent was our boss for the day, right? We were working for a client, but our agent was the person we were representing. And when that happens, when the agent is being your boss, you will hand out their business cards. It's the proper way to do it. You don't ever mess around with that. Don't ever try and say, oh, but I can work with you, on the side. Just don't do it. If you're beginning to do this work, stay honest. It's the most appropriate. It's the most proper, and it will bite you on the butt if you don't. It's just that simple. So if you want to hustle and get your own gigs without agents, great. Then you're representing yourself. But if you're working through an agent, work through the agent. It's the right thing to do. So anyway, when you're doing that, you're working for the agent, everything is going great, and you do it. Sometimes you cannot fill the bill for what the agent wants. Like, I play a fair number of instruments, but I do not play ukulele, which is what the agent wants for this job. So I will, generally speaking, pass on the name. Did it the other day for an agent who wanted a group of pirates to sing at a party. And I know a number of pirates, and I passed the names along. And I was talking to colleagues of mine yesterday and said, do you all ever ask for a referral fee? How do you do that? Because that's something I've never done. I'm just a natural connector, so I just connect people and go, here. And one of my colleagues went, no, I asked for a referral fee, absolutely. If they book the gig, they kick something back to me. Oh, okay. It's not the agent that you're asking for a referral fee from, just so you know. It's the other performer. So if you're a creative and you're also a connector, bear that in mind, that you might be asked to do things you are not well versed in. And if you happen to know people and you can recommend people, out of professional courtesy, you can do it. If it happens a lot and you find yourself recommending people a lot, heck, you might want to become an agent yourself and start doing it that way. It's a nice side hustle, I guess. And you also, but remember, there's a lot of attendant administrative stuff to do with that. I should say that. And you can also just say, can you give me a kickback it's not a kickback, it's a referral fee, but, the sort of slang term would be a kickback, I guess. But anyway, can you give me a referral fee if you book the gig? So you can do that. And that way, whatever time you've spent in making the contacts, in, making the introductions and all the emailing back and forth, you get some compensation for it. It helps the entire machine run more smoothly, because then the client is satisfied because they got something really awesome. The agent is satisfied because they found the talent they needed. The talent is satisfied because they got booked a gig, and you're satisfied because you got, a little bit of something for the time and effort and the expertise that you put in. So I wanted to sort of get that out to any creatives who are gigging, performing in any way, and also who are building their networks. You will find yourself doing this sort of thing more often as you know more people and as you get more better relationships with agents. It's a good thing to do, and I learned something new yesterday. It's a nice way to also maybe make get a little compensation for the work you put in. All right. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and I hope that you have a fabulous day, evening, morning, or night, however it is you're listening to this and whenever it is you're listening to this podcast. If you like what you're hearing, if you're finding it helpful, please let me know. Leave a review, subscribe to the podcast, tell your friends. I'm going to keep talking about how to succeed at the crossroads of creativity and business every day for as long as it takes. Until next time, I send you all of my love.
Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the podcast if you're new, and please tell your friends about the community we're building here. Today's episode was produced by Isolde Trachtenberg and is copyright Isolde Trachtenberg 2019. Today's music was from Kevin MacLeod, Laser Groove, and Ave Marimba, brought to you by Creative Commons License 3.0. As always, please remember this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Past performance does not guarantee future results, although we can always hope. Until next time, I send you all of my love.